So, on our topic for today's discussion, we're going to be talking about something that often can be an overlooked design flaw that can absolutely ruin your guitar. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I want to get into a little bit more of a technical topic. Perhaps this could be something that's often overlooked. Some people they get excited, they're looking at guitars. You know what? Before you know it, that thing's in your cart on a truck, and you're just gassed up, ready for the next unboxing. But with what we're going to be getting into, these are some important things to look at when it comes to planning a guitar. If you're looking at buying something just regular in stock, or if you're planning on speccing out something custom, you want to make sure you have a good handle on this so you don't run into problems. And that's going to be strap button location. There are oftentimes, I do see it, there are a lot of really high dollar guitars that unfortunately they choose to still place the strap button in less than desirable locations. So let's first talk about it. Like, why is this actually important? The main reason why strap button location is so important is because without it, you could end up with a guitar that tends to neck dive, right? When you throw a strap on the instrument, you want it to sit comfortably against the body, and you just want to have like that secure, like that stable feeling where you don't feel like you're like fighting to prop up the guitar because it neck dives. Now, this particular guitar in our example today, probably my personal favorite in my collection. This, of course, being the OD Venus, crafted by the man, the legend, Mr. Omer Deutsch of OD Guitars. And this guitar, in my opinion, it's perfect in so many ways. First of which being this: when you sit down with it, you just rest it on your leg. Just it just stays where it needs to be. Like, it doesn't slide. It doesn't tilt, it doesn't neck dive. It's just the perfect weight. Like, it's right around 7 pounds, but it's just heavy enough, has just enough structure, enough mass to it where it just sits against your body and it doesn't really move at all. Same thing, of course, when you go ahead and throw on a strap. Very comfortable, rests against the body and just stay consistent upright position. Now, you may present the question, okay, well, great, what's so special about that? Why does that matter? Well, it does matter, because if you're going to be standing up and playing for an extended period of time, you want to be comfortable. You don't want to fight with neck dive. I'm telling you guys, if you ever buy a guitar that does not balance well, it can be a real pain. So I would definitely make sure to have awareness when it comes to looking at balance. Now, let's get into the specifics as far as like good and bad placements for strap buttons. The reason why this guitar has such fantastic balance is because you can see very carefully here, if you look at it, this strap button is on the very, very far tip of this horn right here. You want to understand that the further forward you have this placed, the better the guitar is going to balance. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, like, okay, it seems like so common sense. Like, why wouldn't every builder do this? Well, unfortunately, that's not the case. Take a look at this one. Here is the Mayanez DeVille. Now, I've owned a couple of these guitars. While they are well made, they look great, they sound great, fantastic woods, beautiful colors, so on and so forth. These guitars are notorious for neck dive. If you take a look at the strap button location, you can see how much further down the strap button is placed. So what happens a lot of times is people basically have to kind of butcher these guitars. In order to achieve better neck balance, they actually have to drill another hole further towards the end of that horn, and then essentially you end up with either an ugly hole or they have to patch it up, and it's like, dude, you just like absolutely blemished, like potentially semi-mutilated like a $4,000 boutique guitar. Come on, guys, we don't want to have to deal with that. This is why I make a point of saying that like strap button placement is absolutely critical, because it really can make or break the guitar. Now, bear in mind too, there are going to be some certain type of guitars that just inherently, by the actual body shape and design, they're just not going to balance well. A classic example would be the Gibson SG. Go online, just do a quick Google search. You can see so many people trying to remedy neck dive problems with the SG. And again, you have basically that lower horn. It's so shallow. It just does not extend far enough upward towards the headstock to be able to provide a proper anchor point in order to achieve a good balance. Yeah, there's a couple of things you can do. There's some remedies. I've seen people like move the strap button location. Some people will even like counterweight. Like, they might even take off like maybe like a back cover and put like maybe some like tire weights or like lead tape or something to try to counterbalance that. But if you've got a guitar that's kind of more of like your double cut where you actually have like a defined like upper and lower horn, yeah, you want to make sure that again, you've got this position to be as far forward as possible. Another great example of a meticulous design focusing on ergonomics, take a look at the Kiesel A2. This is one of their most popular models. If you go on the builder and you swap back and forth between the standard 25.5-inch scale length and the extended 26.5-inch scale length, you can see that the 26.5, it does in fact structurally, the actual body shape changes. It does have in fact a longer horn, so therefore you can achieve better balance. Same thing, look at the video they did on the new release of the Kyber model. You can see same thing there. He placed it as far forward as he possibly could in order to get that thing to sit properly. Now, you guys might have seen a recent unboxing I just did on this absolutely fantastic Schecter USA Custom Shop Sunset model. Totally cool guitar. Make sure to check that out if you haven't already. But this has another case in point of exactly what we're talking about here. Once again, you can see where that strap button is. It's just placed a little bit further towards the body end and less focused towards the direction of the neck and the headstock. So if you take a look at this strap button versus this strap button, hopefully you guys can see that, this one unfortunately does not balance nearly as well as this guitar. So I get it, you know, again, a lot of it comes down to the actual design of the model itself, but you can see the way the body shape is. You've got that very aggressive bevel there. So you're kind of limited on how far forward you could actually drill into it where you have like a good flat surface. All these things do factor in to make a difference whether the guitar balances well or not. Again, if you're sitting down, probably not going to be a huge problem either way, but when you throw on a strap and you stand up, it does make a difference. So those are my overall thoughts on today's topic of discussion, guys. I feel like, again, this is something that's just very commonly overlooked in the guitar community. And one thing that I like to talk about on this channel is sometimes like those very like minute details, little things here and there that can make a big difference in the end result. So let me know your thoughts. If you have any guitars that you're dealing with like neck dive or balance issues, have you had to like replace, re-drill holes? Share your thoughts, share your story. I want to hear it from you guys in the comment section down below. It's going to wrap it up for this one. Be sure to hit the video with a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.